Imagine this. You are working every single day. You are working hard, but every coin you earn goes to someone else. You have no voice. You have no choice. You have no freedom. You cannot say anything because if you speak, they will punish you. Now imagine millions of people feeling the same way. One day, they say, "Enough." This is not just a story. This is the true story of how America was born. This is the story of the American Revolution. His name was Thomas. He was a farmer. He lived in Virginia. It was the year 1770. Thomas was a simple man. He woke up early every morning. He worked in his fields all day. He grew wheat and corn. He had a small wooden house. He had a wife named Mary. He had 2 children, a boy named James and a little girl named Lucy. Life was not easy, but Thomas was happy. He looked at his land and said, "This is my home. I built this with my own hands. I will protect it." But Thomas had a problem, a big problem. A problem that was not just his problem, it was the problem of 3 million people living in America. At that time, America was not a free country. America was ruled by Britain, ruled by a king, King George III. The king lived far away, in England, across the ocean, but he controlled everything in America. He made the laws, he collected the taxes, and the American people had no say. Every year, British soldiers came to Thomas's farm. They counted his crops. They took a large portion of his harvest. "This is the king's tax," they said. Thomas watched them take his food, the food he grew with his own hands, the food his family needed. That night, his son James asked, "Father, why do they take our food? We grew it. It's ours." Thomas sat quietly for a long time. Then he said, "Because they have the power, son, and we have none." James looked at his father. "Is that fair?" Thomas looked away. He had no answer. But deep in his heart, he knew it was not fair, and he was not the only one who felt this way. Historical fact. In 1765, Britain passed the Stamp Act, taxing newspapers, legal papers, and even playing cards. Americans were taxed without being represented in the British Parliament. This sparked the rallying cry, "No taxation without representation." Slowly, things got worse. Britain kept making new rules, new taxes, more control. In 1773, something big happened. It was called the Boston Tea Party. British ships arrived in Boston Harbor. They carried boxes and boxes of tea. American people were angry. They did not want to pay the unfair tea tax. So one night, a group of brave Americans dressed up as Native Americans. They went to the harbor, and they threw all the British tea into the water. Splash, splash, splash. The king was furious. He punished the city of Boston. He closed the harbor. He sent more soldiers. News of this reached Thomas's farm. His neighbor, an old man named Edward, came running. Edward: "Thomas, have you heard? They threw the king's tea into the sea. The people are rising." Thomas: "I heard. But Edward, what will happen next? More soldiers? More punishment?" Edward: "Maybe. But Thomas, if we don't stand up now, when will we? Our children will live as slaves if we do nothing." Thomas said nothing, but those words hit him like a stone. That night he couldn't sleep. He thought about James. He thought about little Lucy. He thought about what kind of future they would have. He made a decision. It was April 1775. Thomas stood with hundreds of other men, farmers, blacksmiths, teachers, bakers, ordinary men. They had no fancy uniforms. Many had no proper guns. Some carried only old hunting rifles. But they had one thing, something no king could take away. They had the will to be free. The British soldiers came marching, their red uniforms bright in the morning sun, their boots loud on the road. The two sides stood and looked at each other. Then a single shot was fired. Nobody knows who fired that first shot, but history remembers it. It was called the shot heard around the world. The Battle of Lexington and Concord had begun. Thomas stood his ground. His hands were shaking. His heart was pounding, but he did not run. He fought of his son James, his daughter Lucy, his wife Mary. He whispered to himself, "Thomas, I am not fighting for land. I am not fighting for money. I am fighting so my children can live free." The battle was short, but it changed everything. The American people had spoken, not with words, but with courage. From that day, the revolution had truly begun. Leaders rose up, men like George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson. And on July 4th, 1776, a document was signed, the Declaration of Independence. Thomas Jefferson wrote the words that shook the world. Historic words. Declaration of Independence, 1776. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed with their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. When Thomas heard these words read aloud in his town square, tears filled his eyes. He grabbed James's shoulder and said, "Do you hear that, son? That is for you. That is for every child born on this land." "Does this mean we are free, Father?" "Not yet, but we are fighting to be, and that is everything." The war lasted 8 long years. Many men like Thomas fought. Many gave their lives. There was hunger, there was cold, there was pain, but the American spirit never broke. Finally, in 1783, Britain signed the Treaty of Paris. America was officially a free nation. Thomas was old now. His hair was gray. His hands were rough from years of work and war. But on the day the news arrived, he stood in front of his home. He looked at the sky, and he smiled. James, now a grown young man, stood beside him. "Father, we won." Thomas put his hand on his son's shoulder. "We won, James, not just us. Every person who believed in freedom, every person who refused to give up, we won." And little Lucy, now a young woman, ran out of the house laughing. "Father, they are ringing the bells! They are ringing the bells everywhere!" Thomas looked at his children. His heart was so full he could not speak. He had given them something no one could ever take away: a free land, a free future. The American Revolution teaches us something very important. Freedom is never given, it is always earned. Ordinary people, farmers, bakers, teachers, changed the world, not because they were powerful, but because they were brave. They believed in something bigger than themselves, and they never gave up. If you are facing a challenge today, remember Thomas. Remember that one brave step can change everything. Remember that freedom, of any kind, is worth fighting for. That is the story of the American Revolution. That is the story of how a nation was born. And that is the story of what ordinary courage can do. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this story with someone who loves history. We'll see you in the next story. Until then, stay curious, stay brave, and keep learning English.